right, guys, name is Tyler, aka Nanogenix, and today we are back with a Before You Summon, one of my favorite series here on the channel. Today we're talking about the LR Superbaby 2 and the LR GT Trio, or of course LR Goku, Pan, and Trunks 2. Actually fantastic LRs. Now, the way Before You Summon works, we discuss the units, we then discuss the banner that you'll be summoning on, which that portion will be actually kind of quick. We'll get to that in a second. Then we're going to talk some team building with them, and I'm going to actually use them here in today's video, actually use them on the JP side on their respective teams, and talk about why I made the decisions I made for building out the teams and everything else. With that said, to not make this video too long, let's actually hop in. Now, this is the actual GT Trio right now, chilling out on the screen. Mine, which we're going to get back to, mine does have one dupe in it, so you'll be able to see them not too terribly crazy, right? Like not a rainbowed version of them. So if you did get lucky, just even pull one copy, you'll have a good idea once we hop into that portion of it. But first up, we're talking about when they release, because of course you're watching this the second it goes live. They haven't launched yet. If you're watching this even later, all this info will still be good for you to hop in and know before you hop in and do your summons. Can I say hop in any more times? But they do launch on the 25th of July at 11:30 p.m. Pacific. You guys can put that into your time zone calculator to know exactly what time that would be for you guys. But that's when both of these launch, because they are on the exact same banner. Again, we're going to get to that in just a moment. But first up, let's actually talk about the GT Trio. Again, that's just a much easier abbreviated way instead of saying Endless Adventure, Goku GT, Pan GT, and Trunks GT. Way faster to say GT Trio. Now, they are a Dragon Ball Seekers category lead, key +4, HP, attack, and defense plus 170%. Yes, once you throw a unit on this team, they're going to be doing pretty solid. This LR is legitimately one of my favorites still to this date in the game. They are so much fun to run. They were surprising whenever they launched. And it's awesome. And the cool thing about them is that they also boost super intelligence type key +4, HP, attack, and defense plus 100%. So you can actually bring, this team is already pretty intelligence heavy, which you'll see once we hop in if you're wanting to bring some different, just depending on the units that you want to bring. But this team does tend to already be a little int heavy anyway, but it is kind of nice to have that option that you're still giving super intelligence type key +4, HP, attack, and defense plus 100%. Super attack on them, triple key wave, 12 to 17 key, causes colossal damage to enemy and raises defense by 33% for one turn. Now, if you have them on their own team, which of course they only fit onto two categories, Joined Forces and the Dragon Ball Seekers category, you're almost going to always be guaranteed on Dragon Ball Seekers to be getting off their Ultra 18 key anyway. But the cool thing about their 18 key is it causes Mega Colossus damage to the enemy and raises defense by 33% for 3 turns. So yes, as main rotation units, they're going to start stacking that, and it is awesome. So this team does get a little bit tanky, and they are able to take attacks fairly friggin' well. And here's the sort of key part to them right here on their passive. Attack and defense plus 77% when performing a super attack, plus an additional attack plus 77% if it is an ultra super attack. So these guys, without a dupe, can consistently on their own team be getting 3+ million attack stat easy with the right links. And it is crazy. And the cool thing about them, and this is why I said it's so easy to get off their ultra super attack, is they get key +1 per Dragon Ball Seekers category ally on the team, and that does include themselves. So on this team, without even any links, you're almost to like linked up with anyone, no support units, anything. You are so close to already having off an 18 key before you've even selected key, because they're already going to be giving you key +4. So you're already starting out at that 8 key without even including their passive. So they are super self-sustaining, which is super nice about them. Links are Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Rival Duo, GT, Prepare for Battle, Shattering the Limit, and Legendary Power. And as I said earlier, they do fit on Dragon Ball Seekers and Joined Forces. Then hopping into the other LR on this banner, the LR Superbaby 2, which is a giant ape style unit. He's probably the most self-sufficient giant ape unit to release so far, but anyways, artificial life forms category key +4, HP, attack, and defense plus 130%. Apparently, they didn't think artificial life forms needed 170 to be viable, and they thought 130 was plenty. It was weird that these are releasing at the same time, and one boosts one so much more than the other. But artificial life forms is still a pretty solid category, as we'll hop into later. Also boosts extreme AGL type key +4 and HP, attack, and defense plus 100%. The notable sort of unit there that you could obviously run to give you more support would be Turles. He's kind of sort of the universal extreme support unit, which is kind of crazy, or even pure Saiyans, just because key +3 and attack plus 40% is so useful in so many cases. Super attack on this guy, Revenge Final Flash, 12 to 17 key, causes colossal damage to the enemy and lowers attack. Reverse shot on his 18 key and above causes mega colossal damage to the enemy and lowers attack and defense. He is himself also pretty self-sufficient because he is already starting out at 8 key on his own team, and then he also gives himself ki +3 and attack and defense plus 100%. So pretty much he, at least on his own team, if you don't throw him onto, say, transformation boost or giant form, where he only starts out at maybe ki +6, he's pretty well going to guaranteed to be at least get off his 12 ki, if not even more than that, because of this additional portion, plus an additional ki +3 and attack plus 50% when there's a pure Saiyans category enemy, plus an additional ki +3 attack plus 50% when there's a hybrid Saiyans category enemy. So that covers a pretty large portion. There's obviously still some stuff that wouldn't be counted, androids, Jiren, stuff like that, but a large portion of enemies are going to fit into either pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans, so you are still going to be starting out at like, what is that? 11 ki. You're gonna be starting out like 14 ki right there just from his passive alone, which is kind of nice. And then he also can transform, high chance to turn into a giant ape when HP is 40% or less. We'll talk about that in just a second. Links in the Sky, Thirst for Conquest, Metamorphosis, Big Bad Bosses, GT, Hatred of Saiyan, Shouting Limit, and Legendary Power. Fits on a giant form, transformation boost, and artificial life forms. When he does transform into his giant ape, which it's probably the coolest giant ape so far, he gets ki +1 whenever he obtains any sort of ki spheres, which is definitely nice. That's what I meant by he's maybe the most self-sustaining sort of giant ape yet, and cause destructive damage to the enemy when he does his 12 to 17, which is his Super Gallic Gun, and when he does his 18 ki and above, it's his Revenge Death Ball. Greatly raises attack for 1 turn and causes destructive damage to the enemy. And because of that ki +1, it does make it somewhat easy to even get off his actual 18 ki and above. For real. Then if we take a look at the actual banner, I don't think it's loading right now. Yeah, it's unfortunately, as of filming this, dbz.space is not loading any of the banners, but this pretty well gives you the idea of it. It's going to have about 10 to 12-ish featured units on the banner, but the primary thing to know here is that both GT Trio and Superbaby 2 are featured LRs on this banner. It's a legendary summon banner. It would be really cool if Global changed it up and did a double rate banner. I don't think they're going to do that, though. It's probably going to be your basic run-of-the-mill legendary summon banner, just like the Tech Broly, just like the LR Beerus that was live right before Year 4 started. So it's your same thing where all the other non-Dokkan Festival LR should be available. So LR Goku and Frieza, LR Trunks, and so forth. But anything that's non-Dokkan Festival will be on there, so you do have that sort of chance of getting one of those, potentially even in the GSSR spot, and then both of these will be featured as well, but they will be alongside, maybe 10 plus other units. So it's one of those things where it's like, again, I try not to tell people how to spend their stones anymore. That's kind of against my sort of thing anymore, but it is one of those things where, you'll see those people where they literally threw 2 multis at it and got like 5 LRs, and then you threw like 20 multis at it and got no LRs. So it's such a hit and miss style banner, and I guarantee you they may change things up. They've never done it before unless I'm not thinking of it, but most of the time on these banners you don't see them do like buy 3 get 1 free or any sort of tickets. They could change that up for this time because Global did get tickets where JP didn't, but I wouldn't expect too much different than just your basic run-of-the-mill, here's this legendary summon banner, throw 50 stones at it and hope for the best, basically, kind of situation. So that's the banner there. There's really not much more else to say about it. With that said, though, let's actually hop into the actual gameplay. One thing you may have noticed whenever we were talking about the link set on both these units, neither of them have fierce battle. So neither the LR Superbaby 2 or the GT Trio. That's because they both awaken from story medals from the GT event. So they both have Shattering the Limit as opposed to having fierce battle. And the cool thing about this team right here, which we'll take a look a little bit deeper into in a second, but the cool thing about this team, the one that I built out, if you notice anything, it's only a third summonable. 2/3 of this team, literally 4 of these units, are free to play. Giru, the LR Raleigh and Goku, the LR Bipan, which of course just launched on the global side, and then the Ginyu Force, and he's really only there for the support. And I mostly just did that because it is cool to see a team that's brand new, this LR as the lead, where 2/3 of the team is made up of free-to-play units. And we are going to take a broader look at the categories in a moment. I just want to show off the teams that I had built here. Taking a look at the artificial life form team that I built. Now, I actually personally do have a dupe of the baby that I've not fed in, and that is his best link buddy. So the best link buddy for the Superbaby 2 is himself, essentially. Superbaby 1, you can use the free-to-play one, or if you get lucky enough to pull 2 of them, it might be, if you really want to run this team and link it up as best as you possibly can, it might be worth, instead of feeding into like bottom right or something, maintaining the other Superbaby and using him as a link buddy. But for me personally, the rotations here that I was kind of going for was Superbaby 2 with Metacooler, and then Cell with Cell, and then you have your support unit Kid Buu and your support unit unit GT Perfect Cell. So this team works out pretty well. But again, the link set that is somewhat specific to, you know, a GT villain that would also fit on artificial life forms or maybe even transformation boost. It comes down to a situation of Baby kind of sort of helps himself out the most there. And so that's just worth noting. But because it would require you to pull at least 2 copies of Superbaby 2, I didn't want to use that in this sort of example today. And I guess noting sort of rotations back over here, that Goku and Arale with the Kid Goku links up fairly friggin' well, just because of how sort of centered around Dragon Ball their link set is. So they work out really well. And of course, Giru with the GT Trio is like one of the best setups you can possibly do. Giru with his link set is already great for them, plus of course his passive ability, and the Ginyu is literally just there for his ki boost and his sort of minimal attacks 7,777 up, but his ki plus 3 also helps even more, because if you can get off a 24 ki super, why not go for it, you know what I mean? And then the B-Pan of course is there for her active ability and able to boost, you know, attack plus 33% up when you use it, so you can get some pretty crazy sort of numbers out of this team with so many free units. It's actually kind of crazy. So looking back over here at the actual teams, if you don't want to just build what I said there, there's another free-to-play unit that I don't have on this team that is actually really, really good, which is the Goku Jr., who just got his Extreme Z Awaken. But again, it gets into a situation where it becomes incredibly intelligence heavy, because another unit also that is pretty solid to run on this team would be this intelligence support unit Gohan too. But then at that point, if you bring him, you bring the Giru, and you don't, let's say you don't even bring the Kid Goku, but still you bring this Kid Goku, but you bring Goku Jr., and then of course the actual leaders themselves, and then you also have the friend unit that is an intelligence unit. That puts you at 5 intelligence units and only 2 units that aren't that. And you don't have to obviously run all sort of super type units. I know Ginyu Force isn't for me, but of course there are support units why they're there. You could absolutely bring like a Frieza type rotation, or maybe even like a Zamasu type rotation to some extent. It doesn't work as well, but when you've got a team that's being boosted by attack and defense and HP by 170% and ki plus 4, it doesn't really matter that much, right? Like non-LRs are only 4 ki away, without any support units, are only 4 ki away from getting off their super attack anyway. And then of course LRs themselves, with them being the 2 leaders, dude, I mean they're already so close to getting off an 18 ki, it's just not even funny. So that's, you know, the team building here. Not to go too crazy with it, because I think this video is already getting a little long. You could obviously run like an extreme type rotation, and then also have a super type rotation, and then have some just support units off rotating, because typically I like to bring at least 1 support unit, if not 2, since you're going to have to rotate off 3 units consistently anyway. But there are definitely some extreme rotations that you could do and totally be okay with doing. You're looking at the artificial life forms team. It's a little slim pickings, if we're being honest. It is, if you're wanting it to be super successful, a little more on the summonable side. But something like even the Metacooler Core can be really good here. You could obviously link them up with him, bring them up and have them do a rotation together. I mean, there are a lot of different options here. Super 17 I've ran plenty of times on this team, and it's actually pretty solid. I have to imagine this OMS is eventually going to release on the global side, so he'll be someone you could bring here as well. But I think the cell rotation that I'm doing is a very, very good rotation. So if you have the option to bring like a pretty solid like Extreme Z Awakenable cell, and then an LR cell or something like that, it's going to be really, really good. A mainstay in this team though, if you can bring him, is the Easy Kid Buu, just because he's one of the best support units in the game, and the fact that he fits into this category, why not bring him? You know what I mean? Why not just go ahead and bring him along? So first up, we've got the GT Trio, who of course got put on the second rotation, because why wouldn't they? Both of them, literally both of them. Are you kidding me? All right, so we're gonna keep mono main rotation. We're gonna pick. Dude, I swear dude, I love this team. I'm serious. Like, I actually, this team is up there in one of my sort of main rotations of stuff I want to use. So no support units or anything like that. 1 dupe, 2.88 million here, which granted the links aren't terrible right now on this particular rotation, but once we get Guru over there and we get some solid support roaming, I mean, it's gonna be nice. It's definitely going to be nice. I like how we're just not getting to this, and it's already like, boom, you're getting off. You're able to use the active ability there from the B-Pan. So what I want to do here is just get off 1 proper rotation with Guru on rotation with him. Can I say rotation any more times right now? And then we're going to hop into the actual artificial life forms category and see what it can do. Also, I mean, this Guinea Force team still does good. Like, for how old of a unit, and a unit that's kind of just probably in a lot of people's boxes is just kind of like a nice, you know, trophy sort of thing. It's kind of nice to bring it out and actually use it every now and again. Speaking of which, as we're hopping into this next rotation, the one that we've kind of been waiting for, if you guys are new to the channel, you're not done so yet, make sure going down there, hitting that subscribe button, joining #NanoFam today. You might also consider slapping that like button. And on another note too, best of luck on your guys' summons as you decide to hop in. Look at this. They need 1 key sphere right now to get off their 24 key. Like, are you... it's wild, man. It's absolutely wild that they are sitting that good. Okay, so we'll target them. The Goten should be done for sure, so it probably doesn't matter that much, but just in case, I do want to make sure the Goten is the one that's being targeted from both of these units here. Giru, I don't think will have it in him to finish it off. I have seen Giru actually put up pretty solid numbers, like crits for like a milli or something like that. Not terrible, not great, but not terrible. There you go, 4 million attack stat, 1 dupe. Like, it's just crazy. I mean, this team is so good, man. I don't know what else to say other than that. And then of course you've got this free-to-play unit, which is really up there too. It's just nice, man. It's just a fun team to run, and it's different. And that's the thing too, is I see all the time in my comment section or over on Twitter and stuff like that, like, I'm tired of running, and I know it's still Goku and stuff like that, but still it is different from like a Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 2, transforming Super Saiyan unit fusion. It's just a much different team than what you're typically seeing a lot of the time, and especially for the last, you know, 3.5, 4 years. Let's go, Tom. We're getting to use the B-Pan active, linked up with Giru. Let's see what they can do. I don't know what to expect here 100%, but I think it's going to be pretty gross. And again, because of just how well these links are, they're already sitting. I mean, it's so nice. In case you wanted to see mine though, a little bit more in depth, I went with 3 additional, 9 critical and 5 dodge for now, because just 1 path opened. And there you go. So the additionals wouldn't be bad, since they do boost defense, but I really wasn't too worried about it. I wanted them to have the ability to get off critical hits. So here we go. Let's see what they can do. Linked up. I mean, they could be linked up maybe a smidge better, but this is about as good as it could get here. All right, let's see. Yeah, see, almost 1 million damage from our free-to-play Giru there. All right, here we go. Actually coming in hot. LRGT trio, what you got for us? 5.4 milli. And of course, if you know, statistically, it doesn't increase them. Oh my god, they're so stupid. Statistically, it doesn't increase them too terribly much. I mean, what is it, about 14% to have that bottom right path open? I mean, it is a pretty solid boost in what they can do, but oh my gosh, that was ridiculous. First rotation, literally right out of the gates, actually sitting pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna, ooh, wait. We want to pick these up right here. All right, let's pick these up right here, and then let's go ahead and grab this, and then let's grab these right here. Okay, so we should definitely one turn this. So this pretty much out of the gates is really close to how I'd want these rotations to be set up, as I mentioned earlier. Metacooler with the actual baby. The goal here really is just, I'm probably not gonna be able to get his giant form to pop off, so because of that, probably just gonna try and show off his 12 to 17 and then show off his 18 key. I know I didn't get to show off the 12 to 17 key on the GT trio, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, if you're running them on Dragon Ball, if you pull them and you run them on Dragon Ball Seekers, they're really never gonna get off their 12 to 17 key. It's almost impossible on that team, just because, I mean, as long as you're running it pretty structuredly normal, it's just, dude, it's crazy. Like it really is. Okay, I really want to do this, but I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter. I mean, this is already, yeah, it doesn't matter. Never mind. That's still a 24 key, so I'm not really that worried about it. What is this? What does the friend unit that I brought have? You know, like I said, mine has the 1 dupe. What does the friend unit has 1 dupe as well? Okay. All right, fair enough. Yeah, see, here's mine with the bottom right path on him. I got incredibly lucky whenever I was summoning for him. Okay, here we go. 2 18 keys, 24 key from the Superbaby 2 with 1 path opened, 2.4 million. Again, on this team, it's only being boosted by 130%, but you're also getting that Q plus 4 instead of Q plus 3. And pretty solid from this unit. I mean, and the other thing too is I literally just mentioned about the GG trio. This is, again, just such a kind of different style of team, and that's what makes them fun to run. And I say it all the time in my videos. If this game ever starts feeling somewhat stale to you, if you've been playing for a while, whatever it might be, change your teams up. It makes such a huge difference when you actually change your teams up and try something new or try something different. It like really does. Okay, let's try you linked up like this. Can we get off an 18 key here? Yes, we can. With that nice and beautiful path right there. And having the Kid Buu on this rotation allows us to only need 2 key for the meta cooler, since they aren't really sharing any key links, but they are sharing some solid attack boosting links, big bad bosses, stuff like that, which not that that's activated right now, but they are sharing that. So you could push him a little bit further, but with only one path open, almost getting a 3 million attack set there with that Kid Buu, that's not bad by any means. And with that said, that is today's Before You Summon. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I do truly enjoy making these videos. There's a lot of info here, so hopefully the video didn't turn out too long. I think it still turned out a little long, but hopefully not too long. As I said quite some time ago, actually I think it feels like it because of building out the team, stuff like that, but a little bit early. If you guys are new to the channel, you're not done so yet, you might consider going down there, hitting that subscribe button, joining the hashtag #NanoFam today. You might also consider slapping that like button. Guys, best of luck on your summons if you decide to hop in. If you don't, well, I still appreciate you hanging out with me today and watching this video. Have a great day. Keep on keeping on. Nanogenix sign off. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.